My daughter loves to read, but when it comes to writing or creating her own story, she doesn't always have that same motivation.
If this sounds like your child, then stay tuned. Today, I'm going to show you a project that will help motivate your child to write and illustrate their own stories by turning those stories into movies. Using just a basic computer program, you can turn your son or daughter's words and pictures into movies they will be proud of and want to show off. My wife had this idea for our daughter, and it worked amazingly well.
We started off by explaining the idea to her and showing her a few examples on YouTube. It wasn't long before she was convinced. Once her movie was completed, she was so excited to show it off to friends and family members. Let's start off with what you're going to need. Paper, pencils, and crayons for the story and the pictures. A digital camera to photograph the illustrations. A computer with basic video editing software and a microphone. I'm using a MacBook Pro with the built-in microphone and included iMovie software. And of course, you'll need one creative kid. The first step will likely be the most time-consuming. Your child has to create a story and draw some illustrations to go along with it. While this may seem simple, it can take some coaxing and convincing the first time until they see the finished product. Once the story is complete, have your child read the story through a few times to get used to it. You may want to stop here for the night so your child doesn't get tired of reading the story before you're ready to record it. I take this time to photograph all the illustrations for the movie. I used a tripod to make sure that my camera was as steady as possible, but you could handhold the camera if you didn't have a tripod available. Once I have digital images of the illustrations, I import them into iMovie. This may take a few minutes depending on the size and quality of your images. After all the images have been imported, add them to the timeline in the correct order for the story. Don't worry about how long they are displayed right now, we'll fix that later. Next, have your child narrate the story into your video editor. I use the record voiceover feature in iMovie to record my daughter's narration. It may seem like you run out of pictures before you're done recording, but don't worry. iMovie will continue to record the narration until you stop it. You can repeat this recording as many times as you need to get everything just the way you want it. Once you have the narration complete, it's time to make the pictures match the words. Stretch each picture's display time or duration to match that part of the narration. As you adjust the length of the video, your narration will keep appearing until you have reached the end of the recording. If you want, you can add some titles and credits to your digital storybook. Once you've done with the editing, share or publish your project to a movie file. Then, upload this movie to YouTube and your child's creation is complete. After a time or two, your child may enjoy helping you with the editing process. Remember, a gifted learner needs to create real products to share with real people.
I hope you and your child enjoyed this project and that it sparks many projects and creations to come. Thank you for joining me.